Welcome back to Q School. We are in the middle of Arena MK. I'm having to keep my voice down because this is where the action is going on. It is round 3 games, so everybody playing has already picked up 1 point. They are looking to double that tally today on their Q School Order of Merit. You can see behind me, that's Josh Payne, a 2-time winner of PDC ranked titles, up against Daryl Pilgrim, man you heard from earlier in one of our updates. It is currently 2-1 to Daryl Pilgrim. Yes, it is. It's 2-1 to Daryl Pilgrim. Kai Fan Lung, the man from Hong Kong via St Helens, in action over there. But follow me, because in this corner, interesting story. Mervyn King, so long a stalwart of PDC darts, former world master, major finalist in the PDC, won countless titles, including on the European Tour. Off the tour, of course, outside the top 64, trying to get back on. It is Jamie Atkins who the King is playing. He is 4-2 down at the moment, but the great and the good are here at Arena MK, including Alan Warren Little, former world #1, and now I believe the title is Emperor of the PDP.
Charities outside, yes.
Okay, there we go. This is a big week for you guys as the PDPA, the Players Union, isn't it? I mean, and the guys here, some of them you know, some of them complete unknowns, but very real possibilities of being tour card holders and part of your group for the next couple of years.
Yeah, it's our biggest week of the year by far. 8 days here, 7 days play, but here for 8 days. So many players, obviously you've seen 354, I think it was in the end. Gives everybody the opportunity. And you look at yesterday at the 2 players, nobody would have picked the 2 players who got through yesterday, but it just shows you the quality of players out there that we haven't yet seen.
In terms of how this is set up, because Q School has changed over the years, we've got the final stage where you sort of wheedle out players in the opening stages. Do you think you've got it honed now, or there are more changes that might need to be made, because the demand seems to be going up and up and up every year?
Yeah, it does. I mean, we just don't know till we get the final numbers how many we're going to have. Barry Earn mentioned on one of his tweets or one of his interviews 2,000, but
was it 2,000?
Something like that. We may get there someday, but darts is just so big and prosperous at the moment. It's the best time in our sport, you would think, for fans, players, officials, everything. Everybody wants to play darts or see darts, so you've got to keep your eye on the ball, keep reviewing everything every year like we do at the rules meeting, which we'll do again after this one, and just see if we need to make any changes.
Look, there are real names. Mervyn King's playing behind us. It's Simon Whitlock's over there. Some of the old guard, if you like, but there does seem to be a change in the demographic of darts. A lot of younger players coming through. We spoke to one of them, Henry Coates, earlier on.
Yep. Yeah, obviously we all know the Luke Little effect, and we don't know that for maybe the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We'll see a lot more young players coming into the game, but these are the players that have played on the Challenge Tour and the Development Tour particularly, who have yet sort of been tested really in the big environment on stage against the bigger players. But it is changing. We're going to get a lot more younger players into the game, and as we've seen in the Development Tour over the last few years, the talent that's coming through there is immense.
Just a final one. Look, players who get onto the tour, particularly ones who are getting onto it for the first time, do you think it's harder for them now to actually stay on the tour at the end of their 2 years? I mean, it's quite difficult to get on European Tour events. There's more money to be earned, grand for winning a first-round game in a Pro Tour event, but once you get on the tour, there's no guarantee. We've seen great players get on there for a couple of years and not be able to stay on it.
Yeah, the first year is very, very tough for players, I think, especially if you've not played on the tour before. Talking to the lad this morning, Tom, who got through yesterday, and tried to explain a few things, because what we do is, apart from myself speaking to him, we do a tour card induction for every new tour card holder just before the first event, so we let them know all the information that they need to have, and then they can just play their game. But it is tough the first year. I think it's a learning curve a lot of times. They come away on the day and think, well, I've just played Michael van Gogh in first round and Luke Little first round and got beat 6-5, but I've got nothing. But it is a tough school.
It is a tough school. This is a tough school as well. Alan Warren Little, thank you very much. Just behind me, see if we can update you on that one. Mervyn King, 5-3 down. Mervyn King needs to win the last 3 legs of this game to keep his challenge alive today, but you can follow that game and all the rest of them, tv.dartconnect.com. We've got the action here in Arena MK as well as over in Kalkar in Germany. We'll be back in an hour.